Your high school or college-aged child critically injured and in a coma. You'd be able to step in and help with medical decisions, right? Maybe not. 5 on Your Side's Monica La Liberty is here now to explain how parents can be powerless. Monica?
I tell you, people I have mentioned this to say, huh? And that is why we want to get the word out. And so does a mom who went through the legal ordeal many parents don't realize until it is too late.
Your child on a ventilator in intensive care.
They took essentially the front third of his skull off so that the brain could swell without causing further damage.
Forrest was still in high school. He had just turned 18.
They told us we should prepare for him not to wake up from his coma. I'm like, how do you prepare for that? You know, it was a very, very difficult time.
Now, 5 years after a devastating snowboarding accident, Forrest is talking, walking, and rebuilding.
It was very cool. It was good. It was good.
Part of the mission now for his mom, Ray, to get parents to think about the unthinkable.
While he was still in a coma, we had to hire an attorney. We had to come back to our county, appear in court, have essentially a little mini trial.
All to get, in essence, legal guardianship to make decisions for Forrest when he couldn't.
We all know legally 18-year-olds are adults. Under HIPAA, that means their medical issues are none of your legal business, even if they're on your insurance. So if your child is in a serious accident and cannot speak for themselves, the care provider, in Forrest's case, the doctors, can make the decisions. It is called implied consent.
And a lot of times we think of this as someone who's getting older. But it really applies to all of us.
Attorney James Van stresses, if you want a say, you must have your child's permission in writing.
Whether or not a feeding tube is placed in, whether or not to take off life support could be issues. And certainly you would want mom and dad involved in those decisions. But for having a health care power of attorney, you're really leaving it in the hands of the health care providers.
The 3 signed forms you need. A HIPAA authorization allows healthcare providers to share information with you. A medical power of attorney lets your child name you to make necessary decisions. And with a durable power of attorney, they can name you to handle their financial affairs. After the fact, it can cost thousands of dollars and precious time.
The court appointed an attorney or guardian that had to then drive to UVA Neuro ICU, where our son was still in a coma, and read him this document that says, do you have any objection to giving up your legal rights to vote or to drive or to own property? And that's a terrible thing to, even to hear. I mean, he couldn't understand it, but he couldn't object.
His parents got what they needed to move Forrest to rehab for the next phase of his recovery. In the years since, he graduated high school and now takes a college class.
I mean, just listen to the professor talking about what to do when you go to college, how to do certain things, and how to study properly. Because if you don't know how to study, you're toast.
You're toast?
With his family on his side, he's come a long way.
I mean, if Forrest had stayed in a coma and we hadn't been able to get legal guardianship, then the state would make those decisions. And, I mean, I can't imagine how terrible that would be.
Such an incredible story. Forrest had 2 more surgeries last week. The family is now waiting to hear what is next. And, worth noting about the documents I mentioned, all of us should have them. And once you have them notarized, save them on your phone or computer so they are quickly available should you need them. And we do have links on WRL.com. Just look under 5 on Your Side.
Just amazing, Monica. Again, everybody needs this, and to have it accessible at a moment's notice.
Absolutely. And with kids like that, high school age, college age, nobody ever thinks about it until something happens.
Understandable. Monica La Liberty, thank you.